Hi guys, how are you? Teacher Mario here. Thank you so much for clicking. Today we're gonna talk about report of speech commands. So let's dive in. Before today's lesson, please check out our Instagram account abcenglish.tv where I share grammar notes, exercises, and more for you to do on your own pace. The links will be in the description. Now we're going to cut to the chase and start with report of speech commands. Well, report of speech is used when we want to repeat what someone had previously said. For instance, A tells something to B, and B reports that piece of information to C. The first step is to address what reporting verbs are. Verbs like say, tell, and ask are going to be the prime reporting verbs to create phrases like she said that, she told me that, or she asked me to. If you have more questions about these three reporting verbs and what the differences are, please download the PDF file attached in the description box where I give a more in-depth explanation of those. Now, of course, we have more options besides those three reporting verbs. For commands or advice, we can use he asked me to, he warned me not to, he told me to, he advised me to, and he encouraged me to. Now, let's talk about the differences between direct speech and report of speech. On the one hand, direct means present. Basically, we use the speaker's exact words said in the conversation closed with quotes. On the other hand, report of speech means past. Is when we report what was discussed in a conversation we had in a general sense. Please keep in mind that some words describing time and place also change if we are reporting something at a later date or in a different place. For example, the match is tomorrow, my teacher said. This is direct speech, same date. My teacher told me that the match was the next day. This is report of speech, different date. Now, commands or requests are found in three groups: affirmative commands, negative commands, and commands as questions. Because we are reporting requests, we are going to work with imperative verbs. Verbs used to give instructions or to tell someone to do something. A few examples of these verbs are drink, take, pick up, and go. Now, in order to transform a command into report of speech, we need to transform our imperative verb into an infinitive verb. Please keep in mind that infinitive verbs are the ones that start with the preposition to and a base form. For example, to drink, to take, to pick up, and to go. The following structure shows the changes to be made. Subject plus reporting verb plus infinitive plus command. Subject is the person who asks you to do something, plus our reporting verb, plus our infinitive verb, and at the end, our complement. We are going to begin with affirmative commands. For example, number 1, bring a dictionary tomorrow. The imperative verb in a sentence is bring. What we have to do is transform that verb into an infinitive verb, following the previous structure, saying, the teacher asked to bring a dictionary tomorrow. Number 2, read the article on page 103. Changes to, the teacher told us to read the article on page 103. Number 3, study the new words in the article. Changes to, the teacher encouraged us to study the new words in the article. Now we continue with negative commands. For example, number 1, don't forget to do your homework. Here we have a negative imperative verb, which means we need to transform it into a negative infinitive. And we do that just by adding not plus infinitive. For example, not to forget. So it changes to, my father told me not to forget to do my homework. Number 2, don't be late for class. Changes to, my mom warned me not to be late for class. Number 3, don't stay out past midnight. Changes to, my parents asked me not to stay out past midnight. Now we conclude with commands as questions. Because we are dealing with questions, the list of options for reporting verbs gets limited. We can use reporting verbs like ask to create phrases like, he asked me. When reporting commands as questions, we report what was asked, not the question itself. So we follow 2 simple steps. Number 1, we use the statement word order, meaning transforming the question into an affirmative or negative statement. And number 2, no questions mark needed. For example, number 1, can you bring newspapers to class? Changes to, the teacher asked the class to bring newspapers to class. Number 2, can you open the door? Changes to, she asked me to open the door. Number 3, can you play your music more quietly? Changes to, my sister asked me to play my music more quietly. Now feel free to pause the video and take a few moments to practice what we have learned. After 15 seconds, the answers will appear. Remember that me, your teacher, made these requests. So you should say, the teacher said, the teacher asked me to, and so on. Please make sure you practice, and if you have any doubt, let me know down on the comment section. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future lessons. See you on the next topic.